I would describe cosplay as being yourself, community, being creative, having fun, and really just embodying the character and the fandom. I'm Leahlux. I am a professional streamer / cosplayer here in the Chicagoland area. I was inspired to get into cosplay from my friends. I was a high schooler. You know, I saw all of this crazy stuff online of people dressing up from animes and games that I liked, and I just really wanted to be a part of that. I fell in love with it, and I just saw all these amazing cosplays, and I knew that that's something that I really wanted to get into and make something even bigger and better each year. Cosplay's definitely affected my life, both professionally and personally. I would say more so personally because, I mean, that's just my biggest hobby, my biggest sense of community. I've met so many friends that I've had for years now through cosplay. I always joke about it too because as an adult, I'm like, I don't know how I would have friends if it wasn't for cosplayer conventions.
Hi, my name is Pippadarling. I am cosplaying as La Katrina at Days of the Dead Chicago. For me, conventions is just being able to see so many people that are interested in the same exact thing that you are. It's the best way to just meet people and have a chance to have a good conversation about maybe more niche things that your friends may not be, and also just seeing how creative everybody is. There's so many amazing artists and vendors as well as cosplayers too. Even if you come just to people watch, you're gonna have a really good time.
It gets you used to interacting with more people, and yeah, just feeling that sense of community is nice. And then professionally too, I mean, eventually if it could become a professional cosplayer. Not quite there yet for me, but who knows, maybe eventually, you know, I can work with some other people and get through there.
My name is Mr. Sprinkles, and I am the host of the Costume Showdown at Days of the Dead Horror Convention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Sprinkles! Days of Dead Chicago, how you doing? Oh, you can do better than that. It's not that late yet. Come on, make some noise.
I'm an artist, so it's an outlet for me, and it's a very positive outlet. I can honestly say there have been many times through the years, especially since COVID happened, that there's those shows that I just don't want to get in costume. But I've had people that get disappointed if they don't find me, which is pretty cool. I would have never thought that. So as far as an overall positivity for me, just that interaction with people that come to the show looking for me, that's huge.
So I chose this Gwen cosplay specifically because I just love the prop. That was the biggest thing that drew it to me. But also, I mean, the whole cosplay is just a beautiful design. Very glittery, shiny. I thought this would be a fun challenge. I've never done a huge prop like this. I've done some larger ones, but not to the scale, and I did use a couple different techniques, so I was excited to delve into that. When it comes to like highly detailed costumes, some things that I do to really kind of break it down and help myself get to that point, just for example, like with this costume, is really just looking at how you can piece it separately. So again, like where are some smaller pieces that I can start with, or do I need to start with something bigger, paint all of that? So for instance, with my sword here, obviously I have to make sure that the base part is all built. So we did 3D print this. I had to put all the stuff together, put the glue on, put the base paint on, and then I was really excited to start working on the bow, so I did that separately since it was a separate piece. I think that's another kind of kicker too, is if you can find a piece that you really like, you're gonna be more motivated to actually start working on it. So I always find my favorite parts of the cosplay and try to work on those first, and then I'm like, ooh, this looks really cool. I can't wait to finish it. Let me do the rest of the like boring parts now. Which for me, the boring parts is more like the sanding, the gluing, waiting for it to dry. But obviously those you have to do. That's my biggest advice, is just kind of looking at your favorite pieces and how you can single them out, and just be proud of yourself when you actually do finish little pieces of it. So some goals that I have for cosplay I would love to go overseas and do some conventions. I've done a lot here. I've traveled, thankfully through a lot of the US and attending conventions. But I think it'd be amazing to go overseas, like Europe, Japan, anywhere, and just be a guest there would be awesome. Or just attend as a congoer and just see how different things are over there in different areas. So something else I'd like to share with the audience that we haven't discussed, I just want to make sure everyone knows, cosplay is for everyone. If you're a beginner, if you're not a beginner, if you are just like strictly online and you haven't attended a con before, I know there's a lot of discourse online about that, who's a cosplayer and who's not. We're all just having fun. We're all just dressing up and, just be nice to everyone. And I mean, you don't have to be a professional level to cosplay. There's a lot of different things you can do with thrifting, reuse things. There's fast fashion that's happening, so try to reuse more things if you can. I think that's a big thing for me, is just how we can be more sustainable with our cosplays.